Welcome to a new episode of Books in 140 Seconds. Today we are going back to post-apocalyptic graphic novels.
Our favorite kind of graphic novel.
The only kind worth reading.
Really?
With Sweet Tooth by Jeff Lemire. The first 2 volumes have been out. I believe there's a 3rd volume coming in a few months. And it is about Gus, who is a half-human, half-deer child. And what happened was, after the apocalypse, children were being born.
Pseudo-apocalypse.
Pseudo-apocalypse.
Yeah.
We're not exactly sure what happened. We're hoping that's going to come up in a future episode. Everybody is getting sick except the children who look like this. And so in the first book, Gus becomes an orphan, and he decides to venture off because he meets a friend.
Out of the deep woods.
Out of the deep woods, see? He grew up in the deep woods, and his father tried his best to protect him, and then he goes off on a journey. And Jeff Lemire's art is fantastic. It is very dark and interesting while still being playful, and Gus is such a cute character. I want to adopt him and take him home.
He has a sweet tooth, and he is also very sweet. And there are also some other interesting characters in this that start to emerge, actually, in the second book, where he, spoiler, ends up in captivity.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. You just shouldn't even look at the covers.
Yeah,
clearly.
it's a bit of a problem. Anyway, Gus ends up in captivity, and what you see is the people who are responsible for his capture are these really conflicted people. They're quite deep characters for a comic book, where you could normally fall into just shallow stereotypes. And what you have are people who don't really know what to do, because they're trying to figure out what happened to the world, trying to figure out a solution, but do they sacrifice these animal children to do it? I'm very important. I get text messages.
Totally important.
So
even the person who captures him in this, and you find out he's a bad guy, by this book, he's not so much a bad guy anymore. And it's like, what would you do if the world was going to end and your love of your life died, and the only way to make anything right is to, I don't know, save this weird kid thing. Anyway, it's very complex, and it definitely in these 2 books sets up more questions than actually answers anything, but I think that's important because the series is going to be going on for several episodes. Clearly, I watch too much TV. Several issues. And
we'll see how it plays out. The easy comparison is to Y the Last Man, which I think is actually advertised in the back of this book. I did find it doesn't quite have the same level of complexity of social criticism that Y had, but that's how it was set up, right? Based on gender and politics, and all those things fell into place. But this story, that's not to say that there isn't potential for that. When we have the rights of these human-animal hybrids, what it means to be human is coming into question. So it's something that could play out more fully in the future.
We've only been 2 issues in, so who knows what's going to happen. Jeff has a lot of potential here, and I'm excited to watch it.
Me too.
Yay!